Hey guys, this is Shannon with Nearly Organic Noshing, and it is Tuesday night. It's almost 6. I just got in from work a few minutes ago, and I am getting ready to start on dinner. Now, what I am going to make is something that Chris and I ordered online. When we were in Tennessee, in Gatlinburg, back in March, we went to a restaurant called Crockett's Breakfast Camp. If you are ever there, go. It is absolutely phenomenal. It's some of the best food ever. And one of the things they had were these giant pancakes. And if I can find a picture of it, I will go ahead and insert it here. Okay, so normally Chris is not a pancake guy. He much prefers waffles, but he was in love with these pancakes. So I went online and I looked to see what they had. If they had a recipe or they had a mix, and they do. They have something that they sell on their website for this. So let me flip it around and I'll show you what we ordered. Okay, so this is what they sell on their website. It was Aretha Frankenstein's pancakes. So this is what we're going to try. And we ordered 2 boxes of it. I can tell you it was not cheap at all. I want to say between the 2 boxes of mix and these 2 things was like 30 some dollars. I can't remember exactly. He had ordered them, so I'm not sure the price, but it was not cheap. And it says on here, do not make any substitutions. It says the exact formula for the famous scratch pancake mix. No cheating with regular milk or fake eggs. So we are going to do this, and I think I'm going to go ahead and start with the 8 and see how that is and go from there. So, and it calls for eggs, buttermilk, and canola oil. So I went and pulled out some canola oil. I don't use this very often except for holiday baking. I pulled a couple of farm fresh chicken eggs and bought some buttermilk. That's not something that we normally have in our house either. So the other thing Chris really loves, he loves the Cracker Barrel syrup. So I looked at how the Cracker Barrel syrup was made. Sometimes he thinks the maple syrup is a little too strong and that the cane syrup is a little just too sweet. So when I looked at this, it says 100% pure natural syrup. It is like 55% pure maple syrup and 45% cane syrup. Well, I have pure maple and pure cane. This is actually made by some friends of ours here in town. So I am going to make him up some syrup and warm it up on the stove. So he has warm syrup, warm whipped butter. I'm going to see about possibly making some whipped butter. I don't know if I'm going to go that far, but I will warm the syrup up. And we're going to try this 2 different ways. The first way we're going to do is use these, which is what we ordered with it. And I'm going to do this on an electric skillet on a griddle, which I have. And then the other thing, he said, let's try baking some. So I think I'm going to use this one, this cast iron pan, and I'm going to try baking one while I make the rest of them on the griddle and see how they turn out and how we like them. So I will take you step by step as I make these and we see how they turn out. Okay guys, the first thing I have in my bowl is 1 3/4 cups of the mix. To that, I am going to add 1 1/2 cups of buttermilk. Okay, I have added my 1 1/2 cups of buttermilk. Now I'm going to put 1 egg. This just came fresh from the chickens. They are molting, so I'm literally getting an egg a day. So I just put my egg from today in there, and now I'm going to add 1/4 cup of canola oil. Okay, here is my 1/4 cup of oil. And now I'll go ahead and mix it all together. Okay, I have it all mixed up according to directions. And I am going to go ahead and grease this really well. And I'm going to set my oven for 350. And then I have my griddle over here ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and get that set to 350.
And the butter I am using is this Amish roll butter. I have some already softened, but I'm not sure if I have enough. So I went ahead and pulled that out if I need to get some more. And then I will mix up some of the syrup. Okay, I have my cast iron skillet about half full, and I'm going to put it in my convection oven at 350. I have my griddle heating right now. It has been oiled along with the little circles, the metal circles. I oiled those really well also. Okay, I have the batter in here, and I'm just going to watch it. It's set at 350, and we'll cook until I think we can flip it.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, let's see. Let me go this way. Not quite. I guess you do this to test it to see if it's going to hold together.
Yeah, I greased the inside of that really well, so hopefully that works.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to try and flip one. We just pulled the outside off of it. You sure you don't want it bigger? All right. You want to try and pull the metal thing off the other one?
Let's see. That one's even looks a little thicker.
Yeah. Maybe I put a tiny bit more batter in that one.
Yeah, maybe a bigger spatula would do.
Here, let me grab another spatula.
Okay.
I have a big burger spatula if you want a bigger one than that.
I think this is okay.
Were they this brown? Do you remember? Or were they lighter colored?
Probably slightly lighter.
Should I turn the heat down for the next batch, you think?
No, I think we're okay.
Because I turned it under 350. It's not 350. It's like 325.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be good.
All right. Okay, guys. We just pulled the first two off the griddle. They're thick. They're not as thick as the ones at the restaurant, but we're not quite sure what they did to make them that thick. I have syrup warming just in little measuring cups on here. I'm going to do the combo syrup. Chris wanted pure maple because that's the way they served it in the restaurant. And now I'm going to go ahead and top his with some butter and some warm maple syrup. Okay, I have the butter on top, and here is some of the warm syrup. All right, now I'll have to have my taste tester. Okay, my taste tester is going to try it. Let's take a look and see how it looks on the inside. Is it cooked all the way through?
Looks like it.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
What do you think?
That's pretty darn good.
Pretty darn good?
Yep, it's really good.
All right. Go sit, enjoy. I'll make some more.
If you insist.
Okay guys, so the ones in the oven are still cooking, but they do look thicker, more like the restaurant did. So I'm not sure if the restaurant does cook them in cast iron because they serve everything in cast iron. So we're wondering if they do use the big, thick cast iron pans, like little small ones that are thick, to be able to make this. So those are still cooking, and I'm getting ready to make some more for Jaden and myself, and we'll see how the one that's in the toaster oven turns out whenever it's done.
Okay guys, I just took this out of the oven. This looks a little more like what the pancake looked like when we were there, as in color. I'm going to see if I can get it to flip out onto a plate without sticking. I oiled the cast iron really well, so I'm hoping it flips out pretty easy. Okay guys, after Chris and I tasting and debating, this one looks more like it, but the taste is more almost like a cornbread cakey. It's like it completely changed the consistency cooking it like that. This tastes like it, and this one I actually did a little better. I turned the temperature down to 300 and cooked it longer and lower, and it is perfect, absolutely perfect. So I don't know, it might just be our griddle that runs a little bit hot, but 300 until brown and absolutely delicious. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you ever get into Gatlinburg, Tennessee, go to Crockett's Breakfast Camp.